tous. Moi, je dis...
Good afternoon. I say wow and respect what Lumen has done. The Cornel team is really remarkable, and nothing better to put a perspective on the fact what technology can accomplish. As you said, you have to have meaning, purpose, objective, a goal. I will modestly talk about what we do in our company called PEPITe, based in Belgium. We've been working in the industrial sector. I will start with a percentage figure. You see them daily. 29% is the part that are representing the industrial sector's weight in gas emissions in the worldwide. So almost 1/3 in the worldwide gas emissions are in the industrial sector. So they should not stop producing, because otherwise we would be a completely different sector. But there's a huge potential where you can realize gains linked to the reduction of these methods. So we are trying to be present with these actors in the industrial sector to make sure that based on their production data, we can implement a whole series of algorithms allowing them to reduce energy consumption, to produce at a better quality level, and to consume less raw materials. An example I'd like to show today is example linked to the pharmaceutical sector. A unit you can see here for air treatment. In the pharmaceutical sector, the biggest part of energy consumption, I have it here, comes from the consumption of these units you can see here. 35 to 40% of the total consumption you can find on the pharmaceutical side are linked to these units here. As you can imagine, when you are in a white room producing all kinds of medications, a lot of constraints and rules are imposed on air quality, temperature has to be controlled, air pressure, humidity, a whole series of elements to be controlled, much stricter than in common spaces that you would have in your daily life. And the energy consumption linked to this is putting up certain problems, because it's quite significant. The unit you can see here, I'd have brought along a few figures to sustain my purpose. 250 megawatt hours per year being consumed by these units. On a site, pharmaceutical production site, according to the size, you will find 30, 40, 50 units like this one on the picture. One production unit in the pharmaceutical sector, you will logically have 10 gigawatt hours of electricity consumption per year, only with these units. So with our clients, we've been taking up an inventory of all the basic data. What are elements that cannot be changed, where you are simply obliged to comply, and then we try to understand what are the elements we can play on that can be influenced. Units like this, like a lot of other industrial units, will be installed with a whole series of parameters being pre-set. Like for your car, it has to take the road to go to Brussels, for instance. Well, on a standby basis, it's going to be 120 kilometers per hour, which is the official speed limit when you are in Belgium. But you can have opposed winds, you can have dense traffic for different reasons. If your objective is to consume the least amount of energy possible, you can adapt the driving style. And that's what we do here. We implement learning-based algorithms where we have energy destruction. You heat up installations to be able to cool down the procedure, so the functioning conditions can be brought together to have an optimized setup. What's the final result? We reach 27% energy savings for units of this type. If you put this into perspective of what I've been saying, 10 gigawatt hours for one site, this leads us to logically to 2.7 gigawatt hours, which is 1,000 tons of CO2 equivalents per year. In the 27 seconds remaining, we have been talking about AI and the consumption of AI, what we are looking for. Energy savings here, this is about 2,700,000 kilowatt hours of energy reduced per year, and we need 50 for us. Nexqt. This is not regenerative AI. We don't need huge volumes of energy to produce this. This is much more sober, much more efficient energy-wise, and the advantages become obvious. Don't do this here. This is simply madness to continue producing like this. Thank you very much.